Hi guys, Jack here from AgriDrone. Today we'll give you a walk around one of our drone trailer setups. That's obviously you're towing with a ute instead of maybe a truck setup. So basically it's based off a flat top trailer, 14x7 flat top, and it's got two different sections, the canopies and then your chemical system. So these doors just basically shut and lock. So this is the chemical section, so you put all your drums and your measuring jugs. This is the batch plant system, so 1,000 litre freshwater shuttle in the centre. Keep your weight in the centre is obviously very important. Your chemical pump, it's sucking out of the batch tank, so that's where you're mixing your chemical mix is, and it obviously powers your retractable reel, so it'll lock in, and then packing it up is quite simple. It'll just retract, so that's great for packing up and moving. And stuff like that. So we've got filter systems in line to that as well, so that kind of keeps your rubbish out of it. This is your induction hopper, so it drops down. We've got a chemical drum rinse here and just a flush system, and it's also easy to pack up, and the idea behind that is just quick movements from spot to spot when you're spraying. Your freshwater pump, so we use this to suck out of tanks and sucking out of dams if we have to and stuff like that. So it's it stays clean, doesn't get contaminated from any chemical. So we've got just a simple retractable reel set up in here to clean down the drone and stuff like that. So it just attaches, and you can also wash your hands quite easily. Further, we've got another just storage box. So we typically leave all our batteries and chargers and spare parts and first aid and fire blanket, fire extinguisher in here. So that's just a handy box just to put parts and stuff in and keep clean, keep away from chemical if you can. And then the front box where the drone's stored. So the T100 is obviously quite big now, and keeping it in these boxes, they have to be bigger and bigger. So we've got a pretty big box here. We've got some suction hoses in there and stuff like that, just bits and bobs that you want to keep for your day-to-day efficiencies. So yeah, so these doors close as well. And yeah, so then also up the top, we've got a ladder at the front here, and these railings, they pop up and pop down. So obviously you're quite high up here. It's a good vantage point to look at the drone, and similarly too, you have the option to land up here. So if people are doing like crops where you can't see, like high crops like canola or even corn or something like that, and you want to operate from the top, you have the option. You got two flaps to your shuttle and your batch plant. And yeah, we use this just as a general vantage point as well for just keeping an eye on the drone, even if we're not flying necessarily off the top. So yeah, these railings pack up as well. So that's just, again, it's all just designed to quickly pack up and get moving to the next job. So yeah, so this is an example of a setup you can use for your drone operation. It's quite a substantial one that we use for contracting. You don't necessarily need something this advanced, and we can simplify it just to people interested in doing their own farm and still get good efficiencies out of the drone. We obviously don't have a generator on this. We've got it on the ute setup, so this is more designed for doing hill country where you have the option to detach the ute from the actual trailer setup, whereas flat country you have the option probably of a diesel generator, and that's obviously just more weight. So if you're not doing much hill country, you can look at that option as well. So yeah, anyways, if you've got any more questions, jump on our website at agridrone.com.au to get in touch, and give us a bell if you're interested in the setup, and similarly the T100. So thanks.